You're listening to All That with Nikki and Cat,
a podcast featuring real stories from real people who are real relatable.
Our goal is to bring you entertainment, knowledge, and an inside look on topics in line with health, wellness, and personal growth.
Tune in every Tuesday to join us on our journey. Let's get real.
Oh, this is going to be a riot. I'm so excited.
What up, y'all? It's episode 19. And I could not be more excited to do this episode for you guys. So Nikki and I were talking, and we decided that it would be a fantastic idea to have an episode about the education and enlightenment of recreational and medical use of marijuana, hemp, THC, whatever you want to call it in its many forms of glory.
Cannabis is its surname.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Sarah. So Sarah is here for the educational aspect of it. And Erica is here for the entertainment aspect of it.
Hey.
So we decided not only to have an episode about the medical and recreational uses and our experiences with marijuana because of the election, but we also decided who better to bring back than Miss Sarah Soik, who is an absolute advocate for all uses of the plant. And Miss Erica Cruz from episode 7.
Hey, girl, hey.
So we have multiple episodes with both of these ladies now, and we have so much fun when I record with both of you guys. Like,
I'm
Erica's
really excited that I'm in the same room
Yes.
with Sarah right now. Just have to throw that out there.
Sarah Soik is royalty.
I love you. I love you.
I know, when I told Erica, she was like, oh my God, are you serious? Oh my God, I'm so fucking excited.
Those are the exact words that came out of my mouth.
See, I love me a good cruise girl when she's enthused.
Hey.
Unenthused cruise girls is not fun.
No, it's not. We're a good time when we're excited about stuff.
But you know what is fun? The ganj.
The ganja.
I don't know why I call it that. I'm always like, yeah, I smoke ganj. Smells like the ganj.
I like
don't
to
know.
call it everything. I'm just like, yeah, give me some of that snitch. Give me some of that. No, wait, not snitch.
Oh my
but
God.
you know what I mean.
Nick's mom calls her vagina.
No, God.
You cannot,
I didn't mean that.
Side
I
note,
take it
you
back.
cannot use a pair of scissors in that woman's house without her being like, yeah, I just use those to trim my snatch hairs.
Oh, God. I'll never use that word again. Okay, let's try another one. Reefer. What else do I use? Scooby snacks. Bagels. Always bagels.
Ooh,
I
that's a
always
good
step
mom
out to have a
code.
bagel.
Yeah, that's great.
People are like, oh, can you pick me up a coffee? I'm like, sure, no problem. That was a term we used in beauty school. Oh, don't let any of my to all my my beauty school peeps out there that were my instructors and stuff, you know, like we would be like, hey, you want to have a bagel at lunch? And they thought we were just eating a lot of carbs. No, we were going outside to smoke.
Okay, so speaking of eating a lot of carbs, how do you guys fare in the eating department when you're high?
That's the only time I can eat because I have chronic nausea and vomiting and pain from radiation and chemotherapy. It damaged the nerve in my stomach that responds to pain and nausea, and it just makes me sick all the time. So if I don't smoke all day, I don't have a choice. I won't eat. I'll just be sick. There's no quality of life there, you know. And I would do it even if I wasn't that sick, because there's other things that I use it for too. But we'll get into that later.
Okay.
I don't want to just take over the spotlight on that.
No, you're totally fine. Those are all things that I want to talk about. That I kind of feel silly talking about anything other than them right now. So let's just dig into it.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, like, I have PTSD I have anxiety disorder, depression, bipolar depression. I mean, those are all things that I can use cannabis along with my regular topical treatments, like my actual meds.
Mm-hmm.
I use alongside to help me through those moments where I feel that high anxiety, that overwhelming feeling of like my heart's beating too fast, or I just can't breathe, or I'm in a room with too many people, or just anything. I mean, I can just step outside and hit my pen. Nobody knows what I'm doing, and go about my day like nothing happened. Everything's good. You know, nobody even knows. They think I'm smoking an e-cigarette. So
for sure. I totally feel you on that. Like, I struggle with anxiety and stuff too, and it's like, I guess I don't necessarily, I haven't been smoking for a very long time. So I guess I don't like have the confidence level that it won't, because you know, sometimes you get too high. Well, like, if I'm at work or something, you know what I mean? Yeah, so, like, I'm not 100% confident in that, so, like, sometimes I'll be feeling really anxious and I'll be at work, so I won't want to smoke, just for the simple fact that sometimes I just overdo it. But, like, when I get off work and, like, I finally can, like, I just take that, like, just one hit, and I just feel so much better.
Yeah. It's
so
literally
much
just
better.
That one drag that you're like, oh, wow, things
I'm like,
weren't as
oh,
bad as
Jesus
I thought they
Christ.
were.
I, like, feel my heart, like, return to normal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want to say slow down, because I think that a lot of people smoke weed one time and use that judgment to base it off of their entire lives.
Well, 9 times out of 10, you don't get high the first time.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah, right.
No, I did not either.
Yeah. Well, to lighten it up, let's talk about our first time. When was it?
You talk about your first time.
First time I was 21. First time I ever smoked weed, which I feel like is like weird for people in our.
I was 21.
Yeah.
Right?
Really?
How old were we?
I think you were 20.
Okay. We lived here. No, we didn't. It was right before we moved here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was probably 20.
Yeah. Yeah, I was 21, and my friend's boyfriend in E-Course, he had some, and I wanted to try it, and I was, like, going through it. That was right after I came out. So I was like, you know, I'm going to do everything.
Wow, you just became you
all.
all at once.
Just everything. Yeah. So I went over there and smoked with him. I didn't get high, but I smoked, like, a whole joint with my friend outside.
You didn't get high.
I didn't really get high. If I did, like, it didn't feel like anything. Now I hit a joint 2 times, and I'm just like, I'm great. This is great.
Everything's
I need
great.
some Doritos, but I'm great.
Snacks always make things feel better.
Oh my God, they're amazing.
Sarah,
Snacks.
do you want to go next? Because mine and Nikki's is combined.
Yeah.
I'll go next.
Hashtag
I just
BFFs.
wanted to get everybody in on that. My first time, believe it or not, was with my mom. I was 16.
Nice.
And she was like, if you're going to try it, I'd rather you try it with me. It'd be safe.
Right.
You know, I'm not going to give you something that's laced or dirty.
Right.
And I didn't get high the first time. I was like, I don't see what the big deal is. Why is everybody like this? It's dumb.
Yeah.
I did a couple shotguns with a few of my friends in high school, and that got me high. And I was like, that's kind of cool. But I like doing those. And then really the first time that I medically smoked was a year after treatment. So it was... I was going through a lot of medications, and they couldn't find the right one to work with my body, to tell my body, like, hey, stop being nauseous and stop vomiting and, you know, eat food and drink water. So I went through like 6 different nausea medications, and nothing was working. Even the combining the 3 or 4 of them wasn't working. And then my doctor was like, why don't you just try marijuana? I'm like, I don't want to get my kid taken away and, like, all that stuff. She's like, listen, just try it, and if you like it, I'll get you a prescription, and we'll give you your card, and nothing can happen. And I was like, okay. I went home and I tried it, and I was like, I feel like a new person. I'm like, I can conquer the world now. Like, this is my superwoman juice. You know, like, it just takes me from feeling not myself to I feel myself. I feel great.
myself.
Right.
I feel myself.
That's how I feel amazing. I'm like, why doesn't everybody want to feel this way? And I get that not everybody has the same reaction, so I respect that. As some people are allergic, some people have reactions to it, some people just eat the whole time. You know, like, everybody's cannabinoid system is different.
Mm-hmm.
So I try not to judge anybody based on their experience, but I always say that you have to find the right strain that works for you.
Yeah, that, and I also feel like you almost have to like work through it. Like if it, like to me, like it used to make me like I would eat everything and get super tired and go to bed. Yeah. And then it was like the more consistently I smoked, or like the first time that I like day smoked, I remember it was with a couple people that are gonna remain nameless, and we were in Frankenmuth, and we smoked in the car. And then we walked around Frankenmuth all fucking day. We shopped and we went into the fucking Christmas store and had a fucking blast. And it was just a good fucking time. And that was my first experience with marijuana that wasn't like you smoke, you laugh for 30 minutes, eat the fuck out of everything, and go to bed.
Yeah.
And so that was pretty cool. And like that, I don't know. But first time wise,
when like they say when you go on a trip, if you're going to get high, like, have something to do that's productive. Mm-hmm. Do something creative. Read something. Or just, like, don't sit there and be paranoid and in your head. Because you can make any experience bad doing that, you know? Mm-hmm. Just, like, relax and enjoy it. Enjoy the ride. Have fun. But you're not going to get hurt. You're going to be okay.
Yeah, like, you're good.
You're good. Just ride this out.
First time... Nikki. Dun, dun, dun. Well, this wasn't our first time combined, so that's a lie. Because it was just mine. You had already smoked before, right?
I don't know. No, I think it was my first time then.
Was it?
I think so.
Well, either way.
I don't know. I don't remember, honestly.
It was sure as fuck mine. And it was like a planned thing. I was a good kid. We like planned this night. Me and Nick were going over to stay the night at Nikki and Chris's, which made us feel really cool because they were like the first ones out of our friends to get their own place. So we were like, yeah, we're gonna go over there. We're gonna smoke fucking weed. We're gonna stay the night together, and this is gonna be fucking great. And so we drive over there, and like everything was like set. Like the four of us just fucking sat on the ground, just like in a circle. And we all smoked, and, like, everyone started fucking laughing. You know, Nikki's fucking laughing off her ass. I don't know. They're playing, like, the 1, 2, 3 serious. And then fucking looking at each other, just fucking dying. And I was like, y'all are dumb. Like, I don't feel fucking anything. And I was so upset. I swear, I feel like it was my first time. Because, like, I know it wasn't Nick or Chris's. So we're all sitting in a circle, and Chris is like, hey, guys. And they're all like, what? What, bro? And I'm like, here we go. And he's like, you want to know how we get unhigh? And they're all like, yeah, how, man? What's up? He was like, you had to take the train. They're like, the train? He's like, yeah, the train takes us to Mr. Rogers' neighborhood.
The trolley?
And then you get unhigh. Maybe it was a fucking trolley. I don't know. It was Mr. Rogers' fucking train, and you had to take it to get on high. And they're all like, yeah, bro, let's fucking go. And I'm like, how about we go to fucking bed? How about that?
How about that?
So I was pretty upset because I wasn't high my first time either. So I actually think it was quite a while after that before I like ever really smoked again, because I was just like,
yeah, you were like legitimately pissed.
Yeah, well, because I had such high expectations.
You were like, this is fucking stupid.
Yeah,
we're doing this.
I don't know.
Everybody pack it the fuck up.
Like,
we're going home.
Yeah, we're all like laughing our asses
actually,
off.
we're not even staying the night tonight. We're leaving.
Yeah, she was so mad.
No, I think
we're all laughing. She's like, can you guys stop fucking laughing?
I was like, yeah, can y'all shut the fuck up? Thanks.
You're the only not high
mad.
one in the room.
I was a party fucking
But
pooper.
her being mad made us laugh even harder.
Because you don't give a fuck.
And I was so fucking annoyed. I was so annoyed.
You're like, I don't care if you don't
And
like
we're all
me.
like saying like, I'm sorry, can't help it.
Can't fucking help it.
Like, what do you want me to do? Just sit here and not laugh at your face?
Okay, so those were our first times, but like, do you guys have like a most memorable moment?
Oh, I'm waiting for it because, I mean, I have a few memorable moments, but they're not like cringeworthy or fun. You know what I mean? It's just like I got really high and then I ate and I went to bed, you know? That's about as crazy as it gets for me.
Party it up.
But I totally want to try the crystal distillate, which is like 99% THC.
God damn.
I know. Like, I just want to go hard one time.
I smoked this thing last weekend called a moon stick.
Oh,
Nice.
And okay, so you might know better than me. It sounds like you knew better than me, but it's so to my knowledge, it's like weed with like little gobs of wax in there, and then
Rolled
it's in
in
a
keef.
cone, and it's rolled in
Keith.
keef. Yep.
It's
beautiful.
delicious.
What is keef?
Keef is like all of
The little crystal things.
yes, the crystals that fall off the leaves and the buds, and like the hairs is in there too.
So why do you grind it away? If you should smoke
Because
it.
you need to grind it up to smoke it, otherwise it won't smoke very well. It's like trying to light up a tree
you
branch.
can't. Yeah, you can't. Just
I'll be
light the
honest.
whole
My
bud.
knowledge of it is very little. I got a
It's
guy.
just-
He's fucking great. Delivers. I just like, hey, I want to place an order.
Can I have pineapple on it, please?
And then that's it. That's my process. I literally say, hey, can I make a purchase? I swear to fucking God. Can you guys please help me with this? Is that normal?
It's totally normal.
It's normal. What do you
Yeah.
say? Well, you go to a dispensary. What do you say?
You don't know where I go.
Hey, I need a gram. Hey, I need an eighth. Hey, give me a quarter. It don't matter.
Okay,
See,
so you specify.
I have to buy
Yeah.
large quantities at a time. Like I buy 2 ounces at a time
well, I just
because there's no point.
never mind.
There's no point. I mean, I would go through it too fast, and then
Yeah.
I would be wasting money.
Well, that's what I don't like the process of it because I'm just not that type of person. Like, I'm not cut out for that shit. I'm like, like I just had to like grab it. I was like, hey, have a nice night. I was like, do I tip you? Like, how does this work?
This is awkward.
So I hate the process of it. So I buy in larger quantities too, because I'm not trying to do it every week. Like, I buy my month's supply,
Yeah, same.
and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm good for a whole month, and I don't have to run back and forth to the dispensary, which they have deals sometimes. I like to go there and get my cartridges. And
Well, plus dispensaries have like fun stuff.
yeah, for sure. They have like coffees and Kool-Aid and hot Cheetos
Yeah.
and popcorn.
Speaking of, like,
And
what's your
treats.
favorite way
Yeah.
to smoke? Like, or like,
Oh, my favorite way of ingesting.
yeah.
It's between vaping and eating, because I love the body buzz that you get from edibles.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a much different high when it goes through your bloodstream than when it goes through your lungs.
I feel like
through your
it hits
bloodstream.
you hard, a little bit harder.
Oh yeah, because
Just-
you went through your whole digestive
Girl.
tract.
Yeah.
So you absorbed the THC through your intestinal.
Those brownies
Yeah.
that you made,
And
Chris.
it goes into your bloodstream that way, and
They were lit.
that's why you can't like eat it away. You have to wait for it to come down.
Yeah.
It's going through your blood.
And sometimes
a
it
different
hits you
way.
faster, but sometimes
I
not.
hate
Yeah.
that you can't get it to go away though, like you said. Like, you can't like eat it away or
Yeah.
like it's
You
in
have
it's
to-
there.
You have to, you have to set in. You have to put it in neutral, and you got to just ride the ride.
Yeah. Okay, so my last experience with an edible, Nick and I went to Nashville a couple of months ago, and this bitch made brownies like the week before. This bitch is an Erica. She made brownies like the week before, which, side note, knocked Chris on his fucking ass.
Oh
he had
my
like
God.
4 of them. He was high for like 3
Well, 'cause
days.
I told him not to.
She said to eat, what, half?
Yeah.
And if you don't feel anything, just eat the other half. But that's it. And he was like, okay. Half hour goes by. He didn't feel anything, so he ate the other half. Another half hour goes by. He said, I still don't feel anything. Tell me why he fucking ate 2 whole ones after that and thought it would be a good idea. He was high for
That hit
3
him.
days
Yeah.
straight.
Yeah, it hit him hard.
We were bowling. We were
Yeah.
bowling the next day, and there were so many like conversations going on because there was quite a few of us. He didn't know who to concentrate on, so Matt actually has a video of him just going. It literally,
Just looking into
I
the
die
distance,
every
like
time.
I
there's
have
too
to
many
see
people
that.
talking.
He was,
I can't
I have
he
to
was
see that.
done. And then he woke up the day after that, and he's like, "Bro, I'm still high."
I
I've been
told
there.
him. I told him when I gave them to him. I said, "Don't eat more than one in like a few hours span." They're really fucking potent. I put a lot of butter in those brownies. Like double
No,
what I was supposed
they
to.
really
Right,
fucking
right.
work. Because,
But
okay.
you know,
They were
this is
so
the thing,
good,
is when you tell people that and you're serious about it, they don't take you seriously. But then there's a bunch of people out there that just say that, and
yeah,
that shit
that's
is
what
weak.
that's what I'm fucking
Yeah,
saying, dude.
right.
So we were in Nashville. And we get there the first day, and we were like, "Nah, we're not gonna eat them, because like, what if it fucks us up?" Like, because we had just witnessed Chris being high for multiple days. This is the same batch, people. But then like we had such a great time like the first night. So the second night we were like, all right, fuck it. So we were gonna split one. So we just split one, and like 30 minutes later, I was like, Nick, we're walking down the street and it's broad fucking daylight out, and I was wearing leggings. These exact leggings, actually, weirdly enough. I think I was wearing this exact outfit. This is fucking weird. Because I have a picture of me, and I'm pretty sure I'm in this exact outfit. Weird. Anyway, so we're walking down the street, and I'm like, are my leggings see-through? And he was like, I
This
mean,
is not the time to realize that your
yeah, he
ass
was
is
like,
showing.
I mean, like, kinda. And I was like, can you take a picture? He took a picture, and like I'm looking at this picture, and I feel like I'm wearing fucking nylons, like black nylons. I was like, we have to get inside. We have to go. And I was like walking down like a fucking upwards in the sun. So like the sun's back here, and I'm walking uphill, so all the cars are coming up at my ass. And I just feel like, and this sweater like is not long. It's not long
No,
at
it's
all.
not.
You can see my whole ass, and I was just freaking out. I don't know. I was freaking out. I was a little paranoid.
I
A little fucking
mean,
paranoid.
you got a great ass, so
But
you
I
shouldn't be
need
paranoid
the whole
about it.
world
Be
to see
confident
like
in
my
it.
naked fucking ass. Like I felt
Nah.
like I was wearing black nylons, like just like a potato sack. Oh, I have the
Potato
picture.
sack.
I have the fucking picture. I want to know about Erica's experience with edibles. I don't know. What's your best experience?
Okay, it wasn't
I'll find this
mine,
picture.
but this is the best thing I've ever seen in my life. My friend, doesn't smoke. He's a very light drinker. Comes over to our other friend's house. She had made cookies, chocolate chip cookies, and left them on the counter. Well, this 35-year-old guy walks in the kitchen, grabs a couple of cookies, like 4 or 5, goes and sits on the couch.
You know, like 4 or 5.
Throws one in his mouth. Another one. As he's going to put the third one in, I'm like, what are you doing? It's like, nothing. I'm just eating these cookies. I'm like, dude, how many have you eaten? He's like 2 or 3. I'm like, all right, just give me the rest of those. Sure enough, 10, 15 minutes later, he's sitting on the couch with his arms up in a 90-degree angle. He has no idea what's going on.
Oh no.
It was the best thing I'd ever seen in my life.
I love it.
Abby ate. She didn't eat like a whole thing. She ate. Abby is my dog. Bless her heart. She ate like the last like little hunk and like the wrapper with all of, like the crumbs and shit on it
Oh no.
from the garbage. Oh no. And like Nick called me. He's like, "Hey, I don't want you to freak out. But, like Abby's acting really weird. I'm taking her to the vet right now." So he takes her to the emergency vet, which is not fucking cheap. It's like $150 just for the visit.
Mm-hmm.
So he takes her there, and they're doing all these tests on her, and and she's like hypersensitive to light and lethargic. Those are her symptoms. Like incoherent, like whatever, not alert, whatever they fucking said. And he goes, is there any marijuana in the house? And Nick was like, no, not really. But we we totally forgot that the day before we had like a muffin and the wrapper was in the garbage. And he was like, it's possible. And he was like, that's my first instinct, is that she ingested marijuana.
Yeah.
My baby.
And there's
So it
nothing
was
you can do.
$425 to find out that my dog was high, and 8 hours later she was fine.
Yeah, and here's these fluids that we need to charge you $150
Yeah.
for.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which actually came in handy because then just a couple of months ago Abby got drunk. Thanks, Nikki. Almost killed my dog.
That's not my fault.
Anyways,
So it was sitting here, and all of a sudden I look over and she's drinking it, and I was like,
she got drunk that night?
she got drunk. She couldn't
"No,
walk.
not the same night.
Oh, okay.
It was a different night."
Nikki always has a glass of wine sitting right over there.
Well, I didn't know she was gonna drink it, and then all of a sudden I'm like, "Oh shit!" And she drank like almost half of it, and I was scared.
Oh no. Poor child.
Yeah. So she could barely walk that night. Listen,
Yeah.
Abby's an old lady. She's just trying to have a good time.
Yeah.
Living her
She's-
best life.
She is 13 years young. She's living her best life.
My favorite experience eating was in Colorado. Telluride, Colorado.
Yeah.
It was a really early morning. The air was really crisp, and it was that mountain air, so it was like the cleanest air you'll ever breathe.
Yes. I want to go to
It's
Colorado
so
so
clean,
bad.
too.
And we were just standing outside looking at the sun come up over the mountains. It looked like fucking Sound of Music kind of shit. Like, you're just sitting there smoking. You're like, this is the coolest place I've ever been.
Oh, that sounds like a dream.
It was a dream. It was so beautiful. I definitely recommend, if you're going to go to Colorado,
I've
go
always
all
wanted
the
to.
way in to Colorado and go to Telluride.
Tell
That is a gem of the United States that nobody knows about.
I've always
But
wanted to go
it's-
there.
Yeah.
Found it.
It's the most fantastic place I've ever visited, and
They
I want
were
to go
fucking
back.
see-through.
Oh, definitely.
Sober as fuck, I'm still telling you that those pants were see-through. Yep. Exact outfit that I'm wearing, by the way. Except for my hair was fucking long. Wah. But anyways, I literally was like, oh my god, everyone can see my ass. You cannot wear these pants out in daylight. There's nighttime leggings and daytime leggings. These are not daytime leggings. And to realize that on an edible was mortifying. Fucking
Can't
mortifying.
even imagine. I would just be running down.
I was. I made us go to a bar, and I like did not want to come out for like several hours. And when we did come out,
We
I
have
was
to
like,
wait till the sun goes down, okay?
and when we did come out, I made us take like all the side streets.
Can you keep my butt out of
We had to
traffic,
walk-
okay?
We had
No
to walk like
headlights.
a mile and a half back to the car, naked. Basically, I felt like I was fucking naked. God, it was
You're doing the walk
horrible.
of shame.
Ugh, it was horrible. Horrible. Anyways. So I don't like let's get a little bit more serious here and talk about like the benefits. So we kind of talked about how it can, you know, in large doses make you a little paranoid or sleepy or whatever, because everyone's, what did you say?
Cannabinoid system.
Yes, everyone's cannabinoid system is different.
Yep.
I'm using that for the rest of my life because nobody can tell me that I'm not fucking knowledgeable then.
Everybody
Everyone's
has
cannabinoid system is different, Mom.
Right. Insects don't have it. Some other mammals
really?
don't. Yeah. So insects don't get high, but like animals
Dogs
can get
do.
high, like mammals.
Damn it.
You know, everybody's system's different. It's just like your immune system. Everybody has their own special build.
Yeah, I think that's really fucking cool. But no, on like a more like medicinal side, what are some of like the benefits of?
I have no pain or inflammation in my body, and I've been cancer free for almost 5 years, so I would say those are definitely benefits.
Hell yeah.
I don't notice a difference in like my energy level that I'd like to, but I don't smoke a lot of sativas because they don't help with pain. But I bet you if I did, I'd probably feel that uppity feeling, you know. I do when I smoke those strains. For the most part, I like to feel that lower feeling because I'm my anxious person. So I feel like as soon as I start smoking, my anxiety goes down tenfold. Like,
Yeah.
I immediately feel like I'm okay, everything's all right. I can take it one step at a time instead of trying to flip through the channels like a really bad TV. Just
Oh, I made the mistake once of like I was feeling very anxious, so I smoked. Well, like I don't ever really check. I'm not like a like I don't know what it is. Like I'm just gonna smoke it. But I think that it was like a what is it? Sativa. Sativa, which is an upper. Just for like a side note, it's like an upper strain.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it made me so much more anxious.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was like, whoa.
Yeah, that's
I
a
had
good
to,
one
like,
if you
go
want to
for
like
a
go for
fucking
a
walk.
run.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exact. I was like fucking mom power walking for like
Right.
35 minutes. I was like, I gotta fucking go. That and then I took fucking Thrive. I was feeling anxious as fuck. I took Thrive and then I smoked a fucking upper and I was just like, I gotta fucking go. Go.
I just gotta
right
go burn
now.
some calories
Nick
now.
Nick like came home right as I was like putting the leashes on the dogs, and he opened up the door. I was like, "Hey, I'm leaving," and he was like, "What's up?" And I was like, "I gotta fucking go right now. Like, I just gotta go." And I did, and I didn't come back for like 45 minutes. But anyways, what the fuck were we talking about?
Productive weed.
Right.
No, which is great. Okay, so that's more like the medicinal viewpoint, but I feel like you're an advocate for both.
Yeah. I mean, there's sometimes I just smoke because I like to smoke. You know, I just like the feeling.
Mm-hmm.
I like feeling like I don't care about a lot of what's going on around me.
That's my thing, is like on a non like medical standpoint, like my mind is just constantly just fucking going.
But that is medical.
Okay.
I think
yes.
this is what I really truly believe. Okay.
Can I have that wine?
Yeah, for sure.
No,
I just
keep telling me.
think
That's
that-
why I need the drink. I'm
I
trying
think
to listen,
that for
girl.
sure that anybody can medically benefit from it. I mean, just the omega-3s that you get from ingesting marijuana, you won't get in any other fish oil or CoQ10 or anything like that. You get the most omega-3s from marijuana.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's good for your heart. You've got low inflammation in the body. You've got, I mean, there is a negative. You have some short-term memory loss for a little while, but that goes away with the duration of time that you're high. Like, you don't have long-term medical issues with that. I have short-term memory loss because of chemo, but that's totally different, so I don't relate them two together. But I definitely, you get like, what was I talking about?
Yeah.
What was I doing?
I just did that. What was I talking about?
What were you doing?
Say
Okay.
what?
Yeah. Where was I taking this spoon? Not into the fridge.
Oh my god,
That's
no.
about the most dangerous thing I've done.
Seriously,
High is put
I
like the
sent
milk
you-
in the cupboard. Whoops.
I sent you that Snapchat. I was cleaning my house and I fucking cleaned out the fridge, and then all of a sudden I'm back there like putting away laundry, and then I come back out and the fucking fridge is open. I'm like, how the fuck long has this fridge been open, Catherine?
What are we cooling the entire house?
It's such a dad
Jeez.
thing to say. I literally heard my dad say that in my head. Just bet you left the light on too. No, but so strictly like recreational speaking, because it's been legal medically for a while. If you have the right documentation, which have you elaborated? I think you elaborated a little bit on episode 1 on how to obtain one.
Mm-hmm.
Give us like a Cliff Notes version, just because of, 'tis, when in Rome.
There's different medical conditions that qualify you for your medical card. So some of them are like Crohn's, cerebral palsy, just like long-term illnesses, some terminal illnesses. They're classified a little differently. Like, because I have it for cancer, I have a better case with like the state if they try to get involved and take my son and things like that. Like, because I'm like a class A or medical user, you know what I mean?
They
Like, there's
basically
different,
they can't fucking say anything about
right?
you parenting.
Because I had a terminal illness that could potentially come back. You know what I mean? Like, they don't really pick on you that much.
Right.
But I think for people that have like just pain in the joints, and if they have
like
arthritis, sports injuries, things like that. I mean, you have to have like an injury that happened or something that is causing your pain, like fibromyalgia, or I think they added that one recently to the medical ballot.
Yeah.
I know they're trying to add more things because they're finding out it works for many more things than they have it put under classification wise.
It seriously works for everything. That's actually like, can we talk about the uses for the plant itself? So like, it's not just for ingesting, like it can be used for everything. So you were talking earlier before we were actually recording, like they made a car.
Yeah, Henry Ford made the first hemp car made out of hemp plastic, and he like swung a bat to it and proved that it was the strongest plastics that could be made because the hemp fibers are stronger. So you can make plastic, you can make paper, you can make cotton, you can make food. You can make anything out of cannabis.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It seriously is just like a miracle plant.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so just like, I don't know, it's mind blowing to me that a plant is so victimized.
Yeah, it's really obnoxious. It's really obnoxious at this point. Like,
It's a plant.
I get why they thought it was bad, and I get why they thought it was damaging people or hurting people, or like some people say it's a gateway. I disagree, and I disagree because anything can be a gateway to anything if you allow it in your mind to happen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That you make that decision to start doing something else. It's because you're not wanting to face whatever is haunting you. You're not wanting to deal with your demons. So
Right.
you go to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, and that's how it snowballs. I don't think marijuana necessarily pushes you to do that. Just like I don't think cigarettes push you to smoke marijuana. I don't think that, like, things lead to that. I think you choose to do something or you choose not to. And I think your mental state has a lot to do with what your decision making does.
Right.
So if you have a good mental frame of mind, then you're not going to be abusing your medication, right? If you have a bad frame of mind and you're sick, then you're going to abuse medications, you're going to abuse marijuana, you're going to abuse other things, you know? It just depends on the person, it depends on the situation, and it depends on your mental state, I feel like. You know, I wouldn't want somebody that on marijuana makes poor decisions to be on marijuana. I get why people are afraid that people are going to drive and people are going to do things that, like drinking, you know, drinking and driving and things like that. I get it. But I can tell you from experience, I don't like to smoke and drive. Like, I'm not big on getting high and then getting in the car. That's the last thing I want to do. Like, I get paranoid and I don't want to do that. You know, there's a level of ingestion, I think, for each person that you have to know your threshold and you have to know when it's too much.
Well, and I think that's like one of those things where everyone's like a little bit different, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I smoke every day, all day, and my tolerance is much different than yours. You know, I smoke wax, I smoke a pen, I smoke actual flower, and I eat. I mean, all day I rotate different things. So I can probably sit here and smoke all day, and you wouldn't even know that I'm high. You would just be looking at me like, oh, Sarah's perky today. She's got some fire under her, you know. She's got a little pep in her step. Like, yeah, I feel great today, and I'm gonna go make people happy and beautiful.
I almost feel like I'm to that level.
Yeah,
most of the time,
and that's okay. And you're gonna find that comfort groove.
And I think that's why I enjoy it, is because, like, I'm not like. I mean, obviously, like, there's cases, like I said just a couple of weeks ago, I was like, I gotta fucking go run somewhere.
Right.
But, like, now, like, I feel so normal. So that's something that, like, I'm really
what do you feel
cool
like?
with.
Like,
yeah.
Because you're more
Well, what's, like, your habit? So we talked, like, Sarah, you smoke all day, every day, throughout the day, different types.
Right.
I mean, whatever, I'll say my profile out there. I typically only smoke wax, just because I'm not big on the stigma that the smell has. So I will typically just smoke wax. I have a little pen, but I do smoke daily. So that's me. So go ahead.
I prefer smoking the actual flower. I usually will wake up and have a joint just to get my day going, and then finish out the day. And when it's time to settle down and relax, have another one. You know, I like it that. It's nice and simple.
Okay, let me.
Flower's my favorite.
Yeah, because I enjoy just flower. I do, but I don't know too much about it in regards to the process of smoking it. So if it's there, that's cool, but I just have this little ball of wax. I put it in a little pen, and
so you're smoking a heavily concentrated wax. So basically there's a process that they extract all of the trichromes and all of the stuff that makes you high, all the THC, and they put it into the wax, and they take butane and Everclear, and they process it and process it and process it and get all the butane out of it. And then you're left with this sticky or shattery style substance that you smoke. So you're getting everything you need to get high without the plant byproduct. So without the stems and the green and all the other shit that you don't really need to ingest. Doesn't really do anything for you.
Right.
So you're just getting the more pure form of it. That's all.
Right. Well, I honestly the hippie side of me wants to be more herbal.
Yeah, no, it's great either way. You can't go wrong either way.
But I feel like it's just easier. It's easier and more
Listen,
discreet.
They have these little things called rollers because I can't roll to save my life.
I love rollers.
But I will go get a roller and a little grinder and a pack of Zigzag Ultra Thins. You'll be fine. It's literally like dummy proof.
This is my girl over here.
I'm just gonna walk into a party store and be like, "Hey, let me get a backwood," just to feel cool.
No,
I'm gonna say it just like that. Hey, let me get a backwood.
I don't care what anybody says. They're terrible.
So, Nikki, what's your smoking habits?
I smoke when it's there.
It was here. That.
I like it.
All right, y'all. So we've been talking for about an hour, and I just kind of want to reel us back in a little.
Reeling in.
I'm reeling it in, but the whole purpose of this episode was to talk about the benefits of the plant itself,
Okay.
the medical benefits, the recreational benefits, the way that we use it, the way that we feel about it. Very little on the history of it. We talked a little bit about like the strains of it. So law-wise, just if we're educating, so law-wise, the actual the bill itself, so what it's going to be. So should the law change in Michigan, residents would be able to possess up to 2.5 ounces of marijuana and 15 grams of marijuana concentrate.
think that's
15 fucking
amazing.
grams, y'all. 15 grams.
Listen, if you can't get high off 15 grams, I can't help you.
No, we can't help you, bro. We can't fucking help you.
Not at all.
But you know, I mean, I can watch somebody do a whole gram at a time. Like some people take
Oh my
big
God,
dabs.
they
I
do
feel like that's such a waste,
God.
though.
It's not if you can inhale and hold it that long. Iron lungs are out there.
See, I don't have the capacity for that.
I don't
like
either.
at all.
I wish I did.
Yeah.
I just can't. I just can't. I get a smoker's cough.
That's a fucking lot.
It will be bad for everybody.
That's a lot of dope.
It's a lot of dope at one time. No, I hate to call
you
it
can
that.
keep. I know, because
Not
there's such
dope.
a bad stigma. But I do like saying dope, and it's because of Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah, for sure.
They always say dope, and that was like my first.
I mean, that was like late 80s, early 90s. Yeah, I'm going to smoke some dope.
yeah. So I'm cool with it. I say dope, and I say box. We're talking about a vagina.
Nice.
Big hairy box.
Get your big hairy box out of here.
Oh, good lord. I don't know. Is that worse than Snatch?
Snatch.
Oh,
Yes,
man, we're going
no.
back to that. Damn it. That's going to live with me forever. I didn't mean
Alright,
to call it
So
that.
you can have up to 2.5 ounces and 15 grams like on you. You can possess that.
Right.
You can keep up to 10 ounces at home, and you can grow up to 12 plants at home for personal use, and you can give up to 2.5 ounces as a gift.
Yeah, buddy.
So we could just be giving you flowers for your holidays,
birthday.
if you know what I mean.
Dude, I'm totally growing my own marijuana.
Yep. Girls don't want flowers; they want flowers. You know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
They
They,
want
want
strains
flowers.
of
They'll give you the
flowers.
flower.
They want Northern Light flowers. They
Northern
want
Light
monkey paw flowers.
So that's just a little bit of background on like what the actual proposal is for. But something that we were kind of talking about earlier that I didn't even really think about was would medical use still be like its own bracket? If everyone can smoke recreationally, would they still have like a tier for medical use?
Yeah, when I was in Colorado, what they had was if you were registered as a medical user, you can go into a different dispensary, and nobody can go in there if they don't have their medical card. So they're going to have higher strains of THC, more heavy concentrates, more things for like remedying hard pain and high nausea and, you know, high seizure, you know, things like that. Like they're going to have your wicked strains of marijuana.
That good.
Yeah, that real good. That you're not going to be able to get on the street. Kinda
So
good.
there is still a reason to apply for a card if you have a medical condition.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, you know, just to keep your job safe, I would do it, you know. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Be smart, y'all.
I hate to even like speculate on that because I don't have a traditional style job. I'm disabled, so I just, I work here and there. You know what I mean? Like people that have a real job, I don't want you to be like, yeah, go get your car and then like ruin your life. Like, no, be smart. If you feel like you don't need to be registered, I feel like it's cool and none of my business.
Well, my thing is like medically, it's a tool.
For sure. I don't feel like anything changed for me when I went medical. I don't feel like any of my business is out there. Like,
well, because like think about it, like with a tool and like a screw in the wall. Like if you just keep going at it, like you're gonna fucking strip that screw. Like you have to know how to use the tool. You gotta know how to use the tool, y'all.
Don't let the tool use you. Use the tool.
You use the tool.
Yeah, I agree.
But so there definitely is still many benefits to applying for your medical card. But for those of you that, are just looking to have a good time or just, deal with the occasional headache or anxiety or whatever, get out there and vote.
Yes.
So the election is going to be Tuesday, November 6th. Hopefully y'all are registered by now because I'm pretty sure that deadline's passed.
Yeah,
It has.
Pretty sure that deadline's passed.
Mhm.
So anyone that
Can't
is
complain if
18
you
and
don't
up,
vote.
you cannot complain if you don't vote. So that is the beauty of democracy, people. So let's get out there. This is definitely something, with it being a state level proposal, it's definitely something that I don't know what it is. I just feel like I have more of a say when it's a state level election.
Sure. And I'm going to say yes on proposal 2 as well. No more gerrymandering.
What is proposal 2?
Proposal 2 is about gerrymandering, like how different politicians can go into different districts and count their votes, and that's how our election got kind of stolen from the people this year, or not this year, obviously 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So yes, on proposal 2, look it up.
that is
Google it right
first and
quick.
foremost my message, election wise, is be educated.
Yeah, just read up on what you need to read up on and
That
ask
is-
questions. Like,
Right.
ask somebody that knows what they're talking about and get a good answer from multiple sources. Go out there and talk to your friends and be like, what are you voting on? Are you voting? What's going on? I don't know. I mean, don't make it like political and hate each other.
I feel like that's why a
but-
lot of people don't vote, is because they don't want to look it up, or they just, I don't know, or I don't know how to vote.
Well, my thing is don't be educated. Like don't
don't go out and vote just because
Just
you want to go out and
because.
vote.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Actually read what these people are talking about.
Yes, like
I
your
feel like that's
your
half
vote
the
matters.
problem right
your
now.
opinion and putting your vote out there, I feel, is very, very important. I feel like we do have very few times where we get a say, so why not use it?
Right.
But be educated, be smart. Read the proposals. You have time. This is your reminder.
Yeah, this is your reminder to read each proposal and read which different candidates are going to be beneficial to what your belief system
Yes,
is.
this is a state election, you guys.
It's a big deal.
This is a big deal.
Yeah.
I almost feel like it's more impactful.
Absolutely.
Oh,
to
yeah.
your-
If
to
we
your
don't have a
definitely.
good state representative, then we get screwed every time.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely educate yourself. This is your reminder. Yes, marijuana can be fun. You can enjoy it. It can be just used for fun.
And
but there's
nobody's going to smoke right next to you because we have to be on a private property. So, no, not everybody's going to be
Right.
walking down the street
This-
smoking
that is-
ganja.
Yeah, that is my thing. Is like, why do you care what people do in their own home?
Yeah,
They're
it's gonna
doing
be
it
similar
anyways,
to
y'all.
alcohol.
They're doing it anyways.
It's gonna be similar
They be
to
doing
alcohol.
it
You can't just be
anyways.
walking on the street with like.
Yeah, so
Drinking, you
let's
know.
tax it
Yeah.
and advertise
And
against
fix
it
the
like we do
damn
for
roads.
alcohol.
Oh.
And just, fuck, it's been 100 years, y'all.
Fix the damn roads.
Fix the roads.
I'm so sick of those commercials. Like, all right, I get it. Our roads are crap. Our infrastructure's garbage. Our water's turning into sewage.
But
Gosh.
if you let us smoke pot, we might complain a little less.
We might have money to do some shit.
We might have money to do some shit, and we'd be way happier about
Yeah.
it.
We'd be
So-
way happier about paying more than taxes. Like, if you're gonna take my money, at least let me have something before you take my money. You know, like, just take my
Yes.
money. That's fine.
So,
I gotta pay what I gotta pay.
vote yes on proposal 1
And 2,
and 2.
no more lobbyists running politicians. We need politicians running politicians.
We need marijuana to be legalized.
We need marijuana to be legalized. Just for the sanity of people out there. Like,
Yes.
you get these people off heroin and get them on high concentrates of marijuana. That's all I'm saying.
It is a fucking plant, and it can do a lot of things, and I think that legalizing it will open the doors to a lot of
Yeah, and
possibilities
it'll
for the
open
rest
the-
of the benefits.
Yeah, definitely. And open the possibilities of looking into new research for different things.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
About to have hemp cars, y'all.
Listen, that'd
Again.
be sweet.
Sweet.
My hubby be making them.
Hey. All right, y'all. So this is your reminder. Get out there and vote. Tuesday, November 6th. Yes, on proposal 1.
Yes, on proposal 2.
And yes on proposal 2. But yes on doing your research, being educated, and activating your right as an American. All right, y'all. We will see you next week. Bye.
Bye. See ya.